Stop right now and confront this urgent possibility. What if the one person dominating your thoughts has just reached a destiny-altering conclusion involving you? What if the quiet distance surrounding you signals not emptiness, but a massive force building unseen in the shadows? Most assume major life turns come with loud warnings and flashy declarations. Yet reality hides in deeper mystery. The truly vital choices often form in total quiet. They unfold inside the human spirit, where anxieties clash with longings, where questions meet facts, and where the core self finally picks a path it refuses to escape. At this instant, an unseen adjustment could be happening beyond your view. A secret insight, a feeling-based awakening, a burst of understanding so intense it redirects the paths of two souls permanently. The individual tied to you might have arrived at a threshold where avoidance fails completely, where hesitation releases its hold, and where a resolution surfaces from their innermost core. And after that resolution solidifies, all things start transforming. So listen carefully, because the words coming next could reveal exactly why your world shifts irreversibly from here. A profound personal resolution differs sharply from routine selections folks handle daily. It arises not from passing moods, brief wants, or brief thrills. It grows in the concealed spaces of the spirit, where events, sentiments, recollections, worries, and yearnings gradually mingle across spans. Well ahead of any clear awareness about that resolution, alterations stir inside already. The hidden layer of awareness starts collecting pieces of honesty, linking connections and exposing facts once dismissed or misread. What strikes outsiders as abrupt insight usually marks the closing phase of developments brewing underneath for weeks or possibly longer. Regarding a soulmate bond, such a personal resolution carries exceptional strength since it springs from territory beyond reason by itself. Someone could invest extended periods rationalizing their emotions away. They might persuade their own thoughts the link feels unrealistic, awkward, or unworkable. They might dwell on situations, separation, schedules, or earlier setbacks. Still, despite every logical case, the heartfelt reality stays vibrant underneath. The harder suppression attempts grow, the stronger its hold tightens. Soon enough, the strain between conscious convictions and unconscious sensations turns too heavy to dismiss. Here, transformation ignites. The individual begins spotting indicators once missed entirely. They start pondering instances that felt trivial earlier. Dialogues, recollections, sentiments, and meetings gain fresh importance. The bond once set aside now insists on focus. Rather than fleeing emotions, they slowly start facing them directly. This facing rarely brings ease. Actually, it frequently demands confronting deepest anxieties. Anxiety about dismissal, anxiety about openness, anxiety about alteration, and anxiety about dropping command might all surface amid this journey. Still, each anxiety surfacing also offers space for development. While the individual studies these anxieties, they start identifying which convictions support them and which restrict them. Former emotional protections begin crumbling. Shielding barriers that felt essential now look more like barriers than protectors. The individual understands dodging honesty never delivered calm. It merely extended internal battles. This understanding sets up space for a deep internal change. The profound personal resolution happens as the spirit overpowers opposition. Here, the individual drops needs for ongoing evidence or comfort. They quit debating internally. They quit hunting excuses to reject sensations. Rather, they enter acceptance. This acceptance fails to resolve all queries or make barriers vanish. It merely signals recognition of honesty impossible to reject anymore. Battles between emotion and logic start melting away as fresh understanding surfaces. What elevates this resolution carries such weight because it redirects personal vitality. Thoughts, sentiments, and aims begin aligning instead of clashing. Though visible steps might delay, the core base already moved. The individual stands no longer at forks pondering roots. Deep inside, the selection solidified already, and afterward, their path starts developing completely anew. Ending internal battles ranks among the biggest mental changes anyone encounters. Over extended periods, someone might sense opposing tugs from rival ideas, sentiments, and wants. One side yearns advancing, embracing sensations, and trusting the heart's knowledge. The opposing side fights back, spawning uncertainties, anxieties, and constant queries. This inner battle might persist for weeks or longer, silently draining emotional strength and sparking unexplained unease. In soulmate bonds, such battles intensify greatly as involved sentiments probe profound spirit layers. That bond surfaces concealed anxieties, unhealed hurts, and unaware habits. Someone might truly sense attraction to another yet dread implications simultaneously. They might crave nearness but dread openness. They might envision shared futures, yet persuade themselves such futures stay unrealistic. These clashing powers generate mental tug-of-war, trapping them amid motion and pause. Logic frequently holds key positions sustaining this battle. It endlessly pursues security, mastery, and shields from possible hurt. When intense sentiments rise, logic starts producing justifications and barriers. It examines each element, doubts each sensation, and hunts causes to overlook them. This cycle breeds non-stop rumination. The individual circles identical queries repeatedly, seeking final calm, yet deeper analysis often heightens bewilderment. Meanwhile, the core self keeps dispatching alerts demanding notice. Specific ideas recur often. Distinct recollections stay sharp, regardless of time passed. Sentiment responses exceed what logic explains. The bond persists, despite dismissal tries. These repeating patterns slowly erode beliefs that avoidance fixes everything. The individual starts seeing the battle itself fuels unease. As consciousness expands, key adjustment begins. Instead of battling sentiments, observation starts. Instead of instant dismissal, curiosity awakens. This viewpoint switch lets concealed facts surface. They recognize numerous anxieties, stem not from current situations but earlier events, prior letdowns, or passed down views on affection and bonds. Emotional blocks once appearing fixed now show as defense tools instead of real facts. This understanding brings easing strain gradually. The individual drops compulsion, choosing between emotion and logic since both guide differently. Emotion pursues genuineness and link, while logic pursues security and steadiness. Once competing powers cooperate, deep inner balance forms. Ideas sharpen, sentiments clarify easier, choices stop seeming unmanageable. Ending internal battles occurs not because obstacles vanish entirely. It happens since the individual quits opposing personal honesty. They embrace sensations without ongoing criticism or doubt. Vitality once wasted on uncertainty, anxiety, and resistance now fuels development, insight, and progress. Former bewilderment turns to sharpness, and former inner war zones become sites of stronger equilibrium, consciousness, and sentiment calm. The strength of hidden awareness counts as one most enigmatic yet shaping powers in human living. Though folks assume conscious ideas and planned choices lead mainly, huge shares of sentiment existence function below awareness. Concealed recollections, unspoken wants, unsettled sentiments, overlooked events, and embedded convictions keep molding views and conduct long past fading from attention. Hidden awareness works like unseen flow under seas, quietly steering ideas, sensations, and selections without frequent display. In profound sentiment links, hidden awareness influence grows particularly vital. Soulmate bonds frequently access spirit layers normal ties never reach. It stirs sentiment habits, rouses sleeping personality sides, and draws concealed facts nearer. Someone might lack full grasp on strong attraction reasons, yet hidden awareness spots connections and links conscious awareness missed still. This forms strong inner movement where sentiments precede logical reasons. Hidden awareness signals subtly. Beyond direct words, it shows via repeating ideas, clear dreams, sentiment responses, instincts, symbolic events, and lasting sensations refusing fade. Someone might dwell repeatedly on another despite focus attempts elsewhere. Particular recollections surge back intensely. Dreams increase or charge emotionally. Events and symbols linked to that individual recur in routines. These mark hidden awareness pushing vital data toward conscious notice. Many resist initially since messages question current convictions or easy comforts. Conscious awareness favors security, foreseeability, and mastery. It wants plain reasons and real proof. Hidden awareness focuses deeper mental facts. It cares less for surfaces and more for genuineness. When hidden awareness spots meaning, signals persist until noticed. Ignoring strengthens persistence. This hold stays intentional. Hidden awareness pursues mental equilibrium and completeness. Suppressed vital sentiments never vanish. They stay active below, steering conduct indirectly. Someone might compare others to unforgettable figures. Dissatisfaction hits once okay situations. Sentiment responses seem outsized for now. These point deeper elements seeking conscious rise. As unfolding proceeds, concealed anxieties surface too. Hidden awareness shows not solely wants and hopes. It uncovers doubts, openness risks, and unhealed injuries. Anxiety about desertion, anxiety about dismissal, anxiety about closeness, and anxiety about alteration might appear clearer. Though uneasy, it holds key mental function. Hidden awareness raises anxieties for acknowledgement before real development. Concealed elements keep influencing while conscious ones allow comprehension and change. Over periods, hidden awareness slowly reforms self and bond perceptions. Insights arrive sharper. Sentiment facts once murky clarify. Inner clashes dissolve amid growing consciousness. The individual relies less on outside approval since trusting inner discoveries. Hidden awareness completes by surfacing realities to awareness light, enabling deeper insight, sentiment blending, and truer relating to self plus unavoidable bond.